Good morning, student. This is the chapter 2, National Income and Related Aggregates, and this is the part 2 video. So today we have two topic cover: domestic territory and economic territory, or economic territory and normal resident of a country. So first we have domestic territory. If we talk about simple language, in simple language we can say that domestic or economic territory is the geographical territory administered by a government within the which person, goods and capital circulate freely. Domestic territory include political frontiers including territorial water, embassies and military establishment. Embassies and military establishment, we can say that suppose in India there is embassies of USA, and in USA there is embassies of India. So in India, embassies of USA is called a domestic territory of USA, and same case in USA, embassy of India is called the domestic territory of India. So you can say that all the embassies which situated in another country is the part of domestic territory of home country. So next point is ships and aircraft operated by a resident between the two or more countries. We can say that Indian Airlines, USA Airlines, Indian Airlines, which is operated by the Indian government and for the different countries, and same case USA Airlines operated by the USA for the different countries. It's a part of the domestic territories. So next point, fishing vessels, oil and natural gas and floating platform operated by resident of a country on international water or the other area where they have exclusive right of operation. In every time you can easily see that there are some water boundaries for the every nation. You can say in 12 nautical means near the land boundary is also called the water boundary, where the some productive are operated by the government. It is also called the domestic part of the country or domestic territory of a country. So in this whatever the production held by the government is also included in the our GDP. So GDP we can clear in the next topic. So here you can easily understand the domestic territories of a country. So there are few examples which we can say that not included in our domestic territory. You can see here that embassies of foreign countries which is not our domestic territories part. Just suppose embassies of USA situated in India, so this is the part of US's domestic territory, not India. International organization for which is also not included in our domestic territory. You can say any office, any headquarters of any international organization situated in our domestic country, it is not a part of our domestic territory. So one thing here very clear that domestic is different from the national, and there is a difference between the domestic and national territory or national boundary. If we talk about the national, so in some point there is we can also include the our earning from outside the country, but in domestic we have to include only the inside the country. So we can easily understand this concept by some question which is also given in book. You can see here that profit earned by a Indian company located in China. So this is domestic or not? So we can say this is not a domestic part of the country because profit which is Indian company located in China is not our domestic part. Indian resident rented his building to foreigner in Russia. What you say, that included or not? It is also not included in the our in domestic territory, just because of Indians earning goes to the next countries, and this is the territories of the next country, you can say Russia. So next question, you can see here salary to the resident of Japan working in Indian embassy in Japan. What do you think? This is the part of the domestic territory of which country? So this is the domestic territory of the Indian country. Indian, just because of it is embassy in Japan is the part of our domestic territory. So whatever they got there, it is also our part of our domestic income. So this is included in our domestic territory. So I think it is all about domestic territory, you can understand here. So next topic, we have the normal resident of a country. We can understand here, normal resident of a country refers to an individual or institution who reside in the country for 1 year and whose center of economic interest lies in that country. So we can say that normal resident is said to be a person or institution who ordinarily reside or in located in the country and whose center of economic interest lies in that country. So there are two conditions for the normal resident of a country. First is stay in the country should be more than 1 year, and second is interest of staying in that country should be economic. You can say this resident carries out the basic economic activities of earning, spending and accumulation from that location. So there is a basic difference between the term resident and citizens. A person is citizens or national of a country in which he born, or citizenship is allowed on some legal criterion, and a person is treated as resident of a country on the basis of economic criterion. So a person can be citizens of a country and normal resident of some other country. Just suppose we have example, a large number of Indian national have settled in USA, England as resident just because of they participate there in their economic activity of these country. But for India, they are NRI Indians just because of they have the citizenship of India. So in some cases, a person can be both resident of a country and citizens of a country. So here we have some example of non-resident of a country. This is said to be the non-resident of a country just because of there are some reasons. International organization like World Bank, WHO, IMF are not treated resident of any country but of international area. These are non-resident organization for that country in which these are situated. Employee of international organization are considered resident of country to which they belong and not of the international area. Third one is foreign staff of embassies and members of foreign armed forces located in given country. Foreign staff working in embassies are not included in the resident of a country. They are said to be the non-resident of a country. Foreign visitor or traveler visiting the given country for studies, medical treatment, recreations, or take part in sports, cultural event, etc. These are non-resident for that country. They are visiting. Crew members of the foreign vessels also non-resident of a country. Maybe their economic interest is not related to this country, but they are come to this domestic or you can say in India for few times. So this is also non-resident of a country. And last one is the border worker. Border worker from across the border who cross the border regularly to work in the given country. They are treated as resident of the country where they live and not the resident of the country where they work. Easily understand here by one example. Just suppose a individual crosses the border of our India, Delhi, and next to the Nepal, but end of the day he come back to the India after completing their work. So this is said to be here the resident of our country, not the Nepal. So this is all about today. In next lecture we will discuss some more topic. Till then,